Hey everyone, welcome back for another week of Max Potential Habits. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda Barrientos, the founder of NFA Coaching, and I come here every week to bring you tips, tools, and actionable strategies to help you optimize your habits so you can thrive in life and business. Pretty soon, I'm going to be changing that whole tagline because we're going to change up the name of the podcast. I actually had a night of crazy insomnia last night. I was up almost the entire night because I was so excited about all these new developments in my business. And I don't know if this ever happens to you, but sometimes when I get excited, my brain wants to go into full-time creativity mode in the middle of the night or right when I'm going to bed. I tried meditating. I tried so many strategies, deep breathing, and then dreaming that I was trying to dream that I was floating in the ocean, and I just could not seem to go to sleep. And sometimes I just surrender to it because my brain wants to create at that time of night. And I had so many fun ideas. And so I've been planning the shift from max potential habits to max potential money. So starting in January, we will be switching to max potential money. You'll be getting the same tips and tools in certain topics. We're going to talk mindset, money, manifestation, law of attraction for entrepreneurs. We're dropping interviews, so it's going to all just be me doing a solo cast every week and bringing you a quote of the week. So be looking for these upcoming changes. And then I'll be doing lives every Monday called not Max Potential. It'll be called NFA Money Mondays or NFA Money Mondays is what we're thinking about. So that'll be at the same time every week. So if you want to plug in there, I'll let you know. So you'll know exactly where to be every week to do Q&A and just money talks with me. The reason that I love this topic is because money gives you freedom. And today's topic for this episode is do this if you want freedom. I've been thinking a lot about freedom this morning. I'm drinking my coffee because I had insomnia last night. I've just been brainstorming and playing with the idea of freedom. What does freedom mean to you? What does freedom mean to me? What does freedom mean to the world? And, one of those interesting things about money is that money doesn't solve all your problems, but it definitely makes a lot of things easier. And I know this because I've been in survival mode, worried about where I was going to eat or where I was going to live. I've had several times like that in my life. And it's terrifying and it feels awful. And you definitely do not feel free when you're in that place. You might not be in that place. You might be somewhere different, like you're struggling to get by, you're working a 9-to-5 you don't like, or you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you feel like as you're building your side business hustle, it's never going to be enough money to take over your income from your job, or you have a full-time business and you feel like you're hustling all the time and burning out and not getting the results you want. And that's not freedom. I had a great conversation actually last night with one of my dear friends, came over for dinner and we were eating sushi and chatting, and we were talking about how you can build a business that becomes a prison. And she was talking about a friend that she has that's done this. And I thought, absolutely. I mean, just because you build your own business doesn't mean that you have freedom, but you can have freedom through building your own business, and you can be free no matter where you are. So that's what I want to talk about today. First, I want to say thank you to JBD24. They left a review that says epic content. Wow, Amanda delivers some amazing content. I've had some really big insights from each episode that I've listened to. She shares true gold, and I highly recommend checking it out. I don't know who you are, but if you take a screenshot and email it to mpHraffle@nfacoaching.com, I can enter you in to win a monthly prize. Thank you so much. These kind of reviews, just reviews, sharing how I'm impacting you and what this brings to you each and every week makes me smile, makes me inspired to get up and share with you. I love doing this. Teaching is my highest values are learning and teaching. So everything that I'm learning, practicing on myself, working with my clients on, teaching in workshops, teaching in webinars, all of those things that I put out there, books, book writing, I want to share with you what I'm learning, because when I learn a strategy that works, I want to teach it to you so that you can be free. That's my main goal in life, is to impact a minimum of 5 million people through my business so that we can develop ourselves into self-masters who feel like we have a magic wand to create whatever we want. What that takes is you practicing personal growth and development every single day. This is my number one habit, absolutely 100%. if you learn self-mastery, you have a magic wand to create whatever you want in your life and business. That's how, what I would say is, do this if you want ultimate freedom, right? If you want freedom, become a master of yourself. That's by far the simplest tip I could give you. I could actually just kind of shut down this podcast after giving you that tip. But then I want to be the person who brings you some of those tips and some of those personal development, self-mastery strategies, because that's like my main joy is learning those, practicing them on myself, turning them into actionable, practical knowledge that you can use. Because sometimes you hear from people do that, you just need to become a self-master, but then they don't give you the tools. And I want you to have all the tools, and I want them to be practical. So one tool that I've been using that's been aligning my day really powerfully is asking myself the question every morning and every month when I set my monthly plan of action. I ask myself, what brings me the maximum amount of joy for the least effort with the most reward? Okay, so we're thinking max joy, least effort, most reward. If you align your entire day by that, you will be surprised in a year how different you feel and how you will reap the rewards through the law of attraction. Because joy has a really high magnetic frequency to attracting more joy to you. So when you align your day with joy, you do activities that are more in alignment with your zone of genius. These are the things that you love to do, that you get up without anyone asking you to do it, you can even do it for free because you love it so much. But because you're doing something you love so much that brings you so much joy, you're going to attract opportunities to you. So you're training your brain, your RAS, your reticular activating system, in the direction of tracking for what brings you more joy. Then you do more of that, and you take one step on the path, and then a new path appears. So lately I've been saying, take a step on your inspired path, and the inspired path appears. It's so simple. And what I bring to you usually is very simple. I actually ran a workshop, the manifestation-based workshop we had this last weekend, and it was awesome. And someone said to me at the end, they're like, not to minimize what you do, Amanda, but what you're teaching us is really simple. And I said, exactly. It's because it's universal truths. The only thing I bring to the table is that I'm giving you the information through me. Right? It's just the filtering system of me going, oh, over all of my 43 years to date, I've learned this. I've read this. I'm synthesizing that information and I'm bringing it to you in a way that makes sense to my brain. And if it resonates with you, awesome. And my goal is practical, actionable strategies. So when someone says like it's simple stuff, it's true. It is simple. Usually it's the simplest things that can get you where you want to go. The reason that it's hard is because we have competing commitments. We're scared. We use avoidance strategies. We have all these unconscious blocks keeping us from getting where we want to go. So if you're a person who puts too much on the plate, you feel like you need to know it all, you feel like you need to do it all, then this what I'm saying today is going to be hard for you, which is why you actually need to look in that direction. Because if you're a person who gets up in the morning and goes, in order for me to make money, I've got to work my ass off. So your belief is that you got to work hard to make money, then you're not really going to care about the joy part. But the problem with that is that you might get there because hard work can get you places for sure. But what if you did it with less effort? Right? So max reward, least effort, max joy, least effort, most reward. Okay. And when I say most reward, it's freedom, it's money, it's free time, it's doing what you want to do in your spare time. And for me, I'm aligned with my living in my zone of genius so much that my free time is work time. Like this morning I got up, I slept a couple hours. I got up at 6 and just started reading about investing strategies because I'm super into accelerating my wealth and having passive streams of income, learning how to be an investor who makes money with passive streams of income that fuel my business, that fuel my ability to travel the world, write books, teach workshops, all those things. And then I want to bring all that to you. So this morning I got up and there was this article I was really excited to read. So I just got up and started reading and implementing. And that's zone of genius. That's joy. That's what's going to magnetize all of the awesomeness my way because I'm focused on what's bringing me joy. No one's paying me right now to learn these investment strategies. I'm doing it because I'm excited about it. I'm doing it because my brain gets like tickled by it. It's like on fire, alive, inspired. I want to share it. I want to breathe it. I want to sleep it. And that's why, I'm moving in that direction of NFA coaching is going to be NFA money, right? So no fucking around money, also neuro freedom aligned money. And this is what I'm talking about here. When I talk about you being free, it's you being aligned with what brings you the most joy. And when you're aligned with what brings you the most joy, you become a magnet to all that you want to create. And when you're in this place where you can start living more into your zone of genius activities, where it's what you really love doing, it's what you're good at, it's even if you're not good at it and you're inspired to do it, you'll figure out how to become good at it because it's your quest. So I think of it as, it's like your driving force, your telos, your driven direction, your purpose. You get to fulfill that in the world, and then money just comes your way because you're serving the world powerfully through the genius gifts that you were given. I think inside of every single one of us lives a genius, and that genius is just really dying to come out and be liberated for freedom. Right? The reason that we don't do this sometimes is because we're told that we shouldn't. We're told that the things that we want to do won't make money. We're told, all kinds of beliefs that hold people down from shining their light in the world. And then they don't get to be expansive and fully self-expressed. And of course that feels bad. It feels like you're living in a prison that you created for yourself. And then you're at a low vibrational frequency. You're emitting the frequency of grief, sadness, fear, shame, guilt, all these things that keep you negatively down. And then you recreate more of that because that's the frequency you're matching. So that's what it gets attracted your way. So if you want freedom, become a personal growth and development master. What that means practically is every single day, learn something new about yourself. Start journaling, meditate, read books, watch YouTube videos on self-mastery, personal growth and development, confidence, getting over imposter syndrome, all these things I teach here. Plug into, it's going to be max potential money. It's not yet. So plug into max potential habits, and don't worry, it'll be an easy, I don't think that you'll notice much other than the name change. I'll bring you the same stuff, but plug in here every week. There's going to be 2 a week. I'm going to have lives. I've got online course. I've got all kinds of awesomeness. Mindset Church. You can tap into that group. Like, become a personal growth and development master, because then you have the power to master your surroundings. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So when you become a master of yourself, your outer world becomes masterful and you feel really great in your life. And then next, align every single morning and every single day, every single week, month, quarter, year with this question: what brings me the maximum amount of joy for the least effort with the most reward? If you ask yourself that every morning when you get up and you start taking a step in that direction without having to know all the answers, you will start to awaken your inspirational fire, which helps you step into your zone of genius, which I'm calling the zone of manifestation. You become a manifestation magnet for what you want to create when you're living in the space of joy. So that's your ultimate freedom. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to leave a review if you're loving what you're hearing here. There's links for you to leave a review in 5 minutes or less, even if you don't listen on iTunes. I'll be back next week. NFA high fives, you rock.